Tall Boys and Trackmasters is brought to you by Expert Exhaust. Expect more for your money.
MTB Shock Dock, your choice for suspension needs.
And by Cycle Mart, your motorcycle parts store.
So I need to switch up to some white beer. Truly is a tale as old as time. Whatever gets it is cool.
Live from beautiful downtown Charleston, West Virginia, it's West Virginia Adventure Travel Day. The crew's here from Fairmont Dual Sport Riders, home of the 304 Detour, for a live episode of Tall Boys and Trackmasters.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much for tuning in to this special episode of No Tall Boys, because we're in the Capitol building.
And I'll crack my imaginary beer and Trackmasters.
So, yeah, we are here live at West Virginia Adventure Travel Day. This is put on by the Country Roads Coalition, and Senator Mark Maynard and Jerry Bain kind of has a big hand in this. So, basically, this is a chance for all these different off-road groups and different organizations in the state of West Virginia that promote adventure travel to get together, show the delegates in the chamber house here what we're all about, and, you know, basically like the tourism dollars that kind of come in. So,
I agree.
We got to do something kind of cool there just a minute ago. Mike DeVault got to take us in and show us the Senate floor, and got to talk to him a little bit. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was you know, of course, the first time in my life I got to see that.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting though, what goes on in there.
Yeah, it's a lot of pomp and circumstance, it seems like, though, too.
Yeah, I'd say you're right.
It was nice to chat with him and talk to him. You know, obviously that's our representative for our area, and anytime we can touch base with him and you know, bounce ideas off and try to improve stuff is really good.
He is absolutely on board. Huge proponent of recreation in general, off-road recreation in the state.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
Yeah. So yeah, there we are here at the Capitol Rotunda. We've got vendors and different groups and organizations lined up left and right as far as we can see all around us here.
We are surrounded.
Yeah. It's always a good time here. So already got some comments down here. Got some hearts on there. I don't know who's sending hearts in. So it's like, oh, Jack Sloan. Hi, Jack. How are you, baby?
Boy.
You ought to come down here, buddy. We could have talked to you for a while. So let's start the shindig off. We'll try to get our fearless El Presidente, Nick Hall, over here to talk a little bit about FDSR. Hey, Nick. Nick. He's coming over. Make some room for him here. What's up, buddy? Thanks for coming with us there today.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about Fairmont Dual Sport Riders and how it all started and kind of where you see it at right now these days.
Well, I got the idea of this in 17, and luckily I had some people back me up, you know. I wanted to get a group together so we could all get together and ride on the weekends, and I didn't know it would get this big.
Yeah, yeah. It is funny how things can start off as kind of like a loose collection and just grow a little bit out of proportion a little bit. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think we can kind of confidently say that we're the biggest dual sport group in the state of West Virginia, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. So, what? Obviously, our big event that we do and we kind of promote down here is the 304 Detour. Talk about how that's transitioned from how we started to where it's at now.
Well, when we started, I didn't know what it would take. And the first year, it really went off good, but I had help with people that, wanted to work.
Yeah.
And the more it goes, the better it gets.
Yeah.
I mean, first year was good. Second year, not so good. And third year, real not so good.
Yeah.
It's gotten better since then.
Yeah, it seems like last year, I mean, just in my opinion, it was kind of the biggest success that we've had so far. So, what do you think about the Adventure Travel Day, being able to come down here and kind of show off the club and the ride?
I like it.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah, we were talking to Mike DeVault there earlier, and we were saying on the program it was nice to touch base with him and seem like we got somebody that might be having our back in the situation and helping us off road. So.
Yeah, that's hard to find.
Yeah, it is. What are some future goals that you would like to see for Fairmont dual sport riders heading down the road?
Well, I'd like to see this be the biggest dual sport event at West Virginia besides the Blackwater Rally event. It's pretty big.
Yeah, yeah.
And get more people to come and ride with us.
That'd be good, man. All right, well.
This thing working?
Yeah, it's working. We can hear you. Just barely. Anything else you want to shout out? Anybody that helps us put on the rides or anything like that?
I'd just like to give a shout out to all our sponsors that help us every year, and all the help that we get from, Chad Johnson, Sean Bennett, everybody stepping in and helping to make it successful.
Yeah.
Because without them, the ride, the group, everything would happen.
Yeah. I'd also like to shout out the ladies that work behind the scenes too to help out.
They work their butt off.
Yes, they do.
No one knows what it takes to put an event on like this, but we all found out, and it's pretty rough.
Yeah. Yep, that's awesome. All right, man. Well,
I hope this year goes good as it did last year.
yep.
I think we've got a good foundation. So
Yep. Got good help. If we could just recruit a couple more. We're getting old. We're going to have somebody put this on once we're.
I'm telling you, I know we've talked about this in previous episodes before. A lot of these events around us seem to be aging out.
Yep.
I know we got to run the very last time they ran the Flint Ridge Dual Sport, which is probably to this day one of my favorite events I've ever done.
keep rubbing it in.
Mine also.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that was the last time we got to do it because they're not doing it anymore. But yeah, we need some younger guys to step up and want to take an interest in it and help us out. So yeah. All right. Well, I think that's
Thanks, Nick.
boys.
yeah, man. Thanks for stopping by. We got a nice high tech new system here. I don't know how well it's transferring out to everybody watching, but there's a little clapping. I know we can hear it.
Turn the mic gain up a little bit.
Yeah, we
for that channel.
So that'll work. I think we can do that like that.
Have them hold it a little closer.
Check.
Yeah.
Seems good enough.
Yeah, that'll work. So, what else is going on?
Well, naturally, this weighs really heavily towards overland travel because that's a huge segment of the state.
Yeah, it ever growing too.
Yep.
It seems like, but
It's had two phases, I guess. I remember things started to shift more from like the mudding and crawling scene more towards like overland travel.
Yeah.
Probably 2016, and then post 2020, it's definitely exploded.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? One cool thing that I will say about this event is, in the state of West Virginia, it seemed like you had, obviously your Jeep guys, you had your side-by-side guys, you had your motorcycle guys, and this was a chance to put everybody together into one place and share ideas, share networking, and what have you. And it's definitely benefited. I know the club at least, from what I can see. So
without a doubt, it gives you the ability to network with folks that otherwise you've never crossed paths with, and get everyone pulling in the same direction towards the common goal of keeping off-road recreation open in the state.
Yeah, that's a big part of this, man, because Country Roads Coalition is kind of the driving force behind this, and we've had some success in our area as far as getting gates open.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keeping things alive, and doing the best that we can with them. So, kudos to these guys for stepping to the plate and giving all of us guys a voice in this, right here in the state capitol to talk about this. I agree.
It's nice to be given the time of day. I don't know how else to word that, but really just to feel heard, and for you to be able to receive some support by people who have significantly more pull than you ever will to try to keep things going for your hobby.
Yeah, there's gold on the ceiling down here for a reason, right?
Yeah.
It's also cool to have somebody in our legislature like Mark Maynard that this is his hobby, this is what he likes to do. He's pulling for us. He's our voice in it, man. And I know it was really cool to see the Ultimate Adventure videos earlier this summer, where they got to come and run some of the Hatfield McCoy trails. I think they did Ivy Branch and Bear Walla.
Yep.
But to have the state senator front row with Trent McGee and all the guys from Ultimate Adventure, that was really cool to see that too.
That was something I followed heavily. A lot, like when I was in college, was always checking out the Ultimate Adventure stuff. So I thought it was really interesting they came through this state.
Yeah.
We have a lot to offer, not just in terrain, but views too.
Yeah, it was kind of funny that it seemed like it took them that long to get there. Obviously I followed it a long time. Just my buddy Jack Sloan, Dave Hamrick, a lot of those guys that I run with got to go and do the Ultimate Adventure.
Yep.
So yeah, it was cool to see him down there and running the stuff that we got. And I know some of the cronies and stuff that do that too, and the word on the street that I heard was they can't wait to get back to West Virginia and do some more.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, the more we can get things on the map in a positive light, I think that's going to stand to keep things open.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've talked about it before on the show that West Virginia is a hidden gem, man. There's so much cool stuff to ride around here, and it behooves everybody to be respectful, tread lightly, and try to keep our trails open. So this definitely helps.
Helps to break any stigma of, I guess, the way things used to be, where it was largely considered as mostly like you just had a lot of drunks and jeeps and whatnot running around and tearing stuff up. So it really helps to show things in a positive light.
Yeah, it really does, because that I also don't it seems like the side-by-side guys really get the bad rap. And I mean,
yes,
a lot of times for good reason. I mean, they're the guys that are out there kind of tearing up stuff, but we got some representatives down here for that too, to help out. So it's really a good time. So I'm currently texting some of our buddies that are down here right now to try to see if we can get them on to talk for a little while.
That'd be good.
I don't know if we can ramble on in front of all this beautiful marble that we have around us there. I'd like to know how much this stuff costs.
No, you wouldn't.
So what's everybody that's watching out there doing today? Y'all have a good day. It's Friday. Almost the end of the week. We got one coming over here with us right now. Introducing from I'm at an IADV. What's your official title there now, Marcus, with IADV?
Chief Ambassador.
Chief Ambassador. So, Marcus, obviously, you guys got a lot going on down here in Charleston with us today. Talk about what you guys have on your plate for this year.
So this year we're helping out with a couple events. They've been on the show before. Blackwater Adventure Rally coming up in September there. We've helped out with a lot of the routing for them. the MSDA Association and the Canadian Valley Rally. We've helped out with a lot of routing for them. Also, MSDA puts on in southeastern Ohio, Marietta, Ohio. They do the flyby week, and we've helped them out with a lot of adventure routing. And then for IADB ourselves, on October 3rd through 7th, we're doing a guided tour. We've got some of that information up on our website at iadb.info, and we will be doing, I think, about 3 days basing out of Brian's house in Davis, doing some everything, and that'll be a perfect time of year to get a ride over there and everything.
Without a doubt.
Fall colors and everything, so
Absolutely.
we're hoping for a good turnout for that again. We've already got 2 guys that have bought tickets that came to our event last spring, so that was really exciting to see that we got the repeat guys there, and they had a good time with that. So.
You guys have like a cap limit on that or anything?
I believe the 2 tickets sold. I think we have 7 spots left.
Okay.
Maybe 5 to 7 spots left. I think.
Yeah, that's probably good on that to kind of keep it intimate and be able to control a little bit better.
Yeah, but it's easier to plan our stops and everything too, and see some of the out of the way places and things like that. So
Cool.
It's a really good time, and we're really looking forward to doing it again this year.
Awesome.
You guys put a crazy amount of legwork into your routes and everything too.
Oh yeah. Brian has put a lot of time and effort into getting everything set up there, so he's done a really good job with it and everything. And I got on board with him about 2018, 2019, about a year or so after he got everything started and launched the IMAC routes and everything. Of course, now we have the assignment that's down around like Marlton and Latoga and Richwood area. And later this summer, we're going to be releasing our 9-map routes. It's going to be north of the Canadian Valley area. Going up through there, up towards Kaiser, I believe, is going to be about our northernmost point of the map. So we actually went out last month and scouted out some of that, and got it just about ready to wrap up, and we should be releasing that route about mid-summer.
Awesome.
Cool. And one important thing to note is your guys' routes are free. You're not charging money for the route. So
if you go to our website at iadb.info, you can get on there and get the GPX files for free.
Cool.
You'll be able to download them from the link that they provide after you get them there and everything. And,
yeah, that's something that I really admire for you guys is doing that, because we've talked about it there a couple episodes back about gatekeeping, and we really don't. I know we kind of struggle with it sometimes, as far as you might find an area that maybe it's not completely like public or you want to keep it private. So we struggle with that sometimes, but your guys' stuff, it's awesome. It's scenic. It's got a mix of stuff for everybody, and the fact that you guys offer that for free is really cool.
It definitely covers a lot of areas. And back in 2020, we wrote at Roadrunner magazine and got our article in there and everything. And the guys from there was saying that was one of their best rides and most favorite rides they've ever done. And you're talking to guys that have ridden all those iconic roads over in Europe and everything, and they're coming over here saying that this is some of the best riding that they've ever done and most scenic stuff that they've ever done. So that's
a good feeling.
That was really good to hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. So let's touch on the IMAT and the different routes you have there. What is your favorite road in the state of West Virginia to dual sport ride?
Oh my!
That's a hard.
There's a big list of them there.
Yeah.
Government Road, I think, is one of them.
That's a classic.
Smith Mountain Road, right there, it runs below the bottom edge of Nelly Salts and everything. Comes up right there into just outside of Seneca Rock. So I think Smith Mountain Road is probably one of my favorites.
That's one too.
Yep.
Then actually last year at the Blackwater Rally, I just got a new top 3 road. It was across the mower track.
Okay. Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful road over there. I went camping outside Elkins there. I made a point to make sure that we went across that road in the fall in October there. Just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
That was probably definitely one of my new favorite roads in the state.
I grew up in Elkins, so I was kind of spoiled as far as all the foliage and the views and everything. And Yeah, it's definitely a great time of year to be down there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and, I like how you guys are kind of branching out too and expanding, with the SIMAT, 9MAT. I'm sure someday we'll get a YMAT on the west side of the
Yeah.
the state.
I've got a bunch of ground to cover over there.
Yeah. And I know, a lot of times when it comes to any kind of off-roading or overlanding, you talk about West Virginia, it's like Canadian Loop, Canyon Rim. That's it. There's nothing else.
Yep.
Yeah.
But your guys' routes and some other stuff that everybody else has is kind of cool to shed a light that there's more than just that there in the state of West Virginia. Not that those are bad roads. They're fun to run, but it is cool to do that. I do have a personal question for you.
Oh boy.
I saw the old DR out front.
Yeah.
Right? How's that thing doing?
Not doing too bad.
Not doing too bad.
It's about due for a clutch here soon, and had a little tumble back in December up in Wetzel County. Kind of drowned her a little bit.
Oh, surely not in Wetzel County.
Gotta get the rest of the water out of it there. I think it's still got a little bit of water left in there.
It's
So,
it's a terrible feeling drowning a bike out.
That's why he's got the nickname Aquaman.
Yep.
Yeah,
I drowned my KTM 350 out on one of the giant water holes up in Kingsville.
Yeah,
Kingsville
Tunnels.
Tunnel.
Yeah, not a good time.
that's a really fun area.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If the water holes were about a foot shallower, it would be perfect.
Well, he can tell you about the day that we pre-ran.
He told me about it. Yeah, it was wild.
I did get a kick out of Irish just absolutely submarining that T7 down through there on the one.
Yeah,
That was good.
He's a good rider on that thing.
Yes, he is.
He's not afraid to throw that thing somewhere.
Yeah. The most important question about the DR is both tires aired up.
Yes.
No flats
Yes,
right
no
now.
flats.
No flats right now. Knock on wood, whatever.
I'll go
else.
out there. You're the first one to come.
Oh man. Anything else you want to touch on?
Not that I can think of. I think I pretty well covered our bases for what we've got going on this year and doing what we've got going on there. And
Yeah.
we'll be here till about 1 o'clock today. I think with our
Yep.
cutting it out here. So.
That's about us too. All right, man. Thank you for stopping by,
All right,
brother.
hey,
Appreciate it, man.
Thanks.
Good to meet you.
I'm sure we'll see you out on the trail here for too. That was Marcus Yonker from IADB.
It's hard to tell how much there's stuff that I've ran without even knowing that I was on.
Yeah. They got their bases covered a lot. Yeah, Brian's mapping genius here in the state of West Virginia, basically. So I did get a kick. I remember watching the video whenever they were up in Wetzel County, and he had a bunch of funny TikToks about that and drawing that OBR out. And anytime you got Brian Holmes and Wetzel County involved, there's going to be some water.
That's how I feel about going riding with you most of the time. I always end up in water.
Yeah, that happens. I do like a little bit of creek and a little bit of water.
I do too, as long as my bike's not taking it in.
Yeah. We got a lot going on here, man. This is it's pretty neat.
It's a good turnout. So it's good to see.
I am liking this new setup too. This was a last minute splurge of Walmart supplies, basically. So it is kind of neat to be in person and do the podcast together.
Yeah,
so
I
we
agree.
got to do this more often. But,
I'd definitely be interested in doing some more stuff where we're together.
Flows a little bit better.
Yeah.
The only thing we're missing is some tall boys.
Well, plus we could pregame for the podcast.
Yeah, that's a necessary.
Slurred words and track masters.
I'm just glad it's not technical difficulties in track.
Yeah,
masters
this is working surprisingly well.
Yeah, we got a good Wi-Fi signal, so hopefully this stays up there. Just,
well,
we can.
Your tax dollars are giving us good Wi-Fi, buddy.
Hey,
I appreciate it.
We have yet to see Baby Dog. We have been looking. Our thoughts and prayers are with Baby Dog.
Yep.
I know she had that.
Thoughts and prayers. The ACL surgery. I didn't even know a dog had an ACL.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for somebody to come around and make me do my Jim Justice impersonation.
I don't know that this is the place.
Now let me tell you, and just tell you this. I got that today. Hopefully Chad Johnson's watching. I know he likes that.
Oh boy, man, we need to get Chad Johnson on this podcast.
I've tried multiple times, and
it's not quite his
he's
his thing, is it?
I think he's scared that the ladies of FDSR are going to watch that and then just be throwing themselves at him.
I mean, my fiance does watch this podcast. Maybe that wouldn't be a good idea to have
Yeah.
such a smooth talker like Chad Johnson on here.
I don't think we should do that. So, we got a lot of characters in FDSR, don't we?
Yeah, I'd say we have only characters in FDSR. Just on the way up here, we were talking about Dan Farnsworth, our resident optometrist.
Dan the Rescue Man.
His ability to whip that 500 EXC, pretty much just back it into a turn.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
Trying to network a bit and get some more people to come on here. So let's see what we can do here. Got a lot of different groups represented here, man. I've seen some people from Hatfield McCoy Trails here. I know there's like another type of off-road trail system opening up in Preston County. I saw those guys back there too. It'd be good to talk to them. We got the boys from West Virginia Jeep Club directly across from us making pancakes.
Yep, they do smell good.
Got to smell that. That's always a good time.
Yep.
Oh man, it's definitely an interesting situation. Let's go through some of these comments that we've got here so far. Let me pull up the handy dandy comment maker. It's a little warm in here, isn't it?
Good things. It's cold outside.
Got a bunch of hearts from Jack Sloan. Hey, then, buddy. Said, on my way to see you in 6 hours. And I think it was my wife putting some hearts in it. The women of Tall Boys.
Oh boy, the supporters. I don't have a lot more to add. I do kind of wish there was a little bit more representation for bikes.
Yeah, I know that. I think that's an issue of maybe us and Brian and those guys kind of being the only ones, and I think everybody just kind of follows that.
Might be the case.
You know what I mean? So it would be nice to see some more representation on the bike side.
I know there's other clubs around the state, but not near to the scale, I guess, FDSR and everything else.
Right.
Yeah. There's really, Chris always puts on a good ride for the adventure bike guys, for Blackwater and all that.
Yep.
But I'm not really aware of a lot of enduro-oriented dual sport rides in the state.
No, I think, we kind of talked about aging out and stuff. You used to have the Stolen Pig Rally down in Matewan with Don McCoy and them. And unfortunately, Don was going through some health problems and wasn't able to put it on as much as he used to. And really, us and Chris with the Blackwater Rally, that's about it. I know, Soggy Bottom Moto Fest isn't too far away up north in PA. It's the weekend after our ride.
There's a pretty big group out of Maryland. I can't quite remember the name, but they seem to have a pretty big following too.
I'll tell you, I'm looking forward to this the summer rally coming up with Jed from Backroads of Appalachia.
I'm interested.
Yeah, it's open up to motorcycles. Registration is open right now. Just talked to him there a little bit ago, and he said that he's had, I think, 25 bikes registered already. So they're only doing 50 bikes, guys. So get on the ball if you're thinking about
That's going to be a serious challenge for putting in that amount of mileage.
Absolutely. It's starting in Hinton. It's a loop going back to Hinton. It's 440-ish miles, I think he said. We'll start a little bit earlier, like 7 o'clock in the morning. But, the rally for the Jeep, that we did earlier for the Run for the Hills, that was a challenge in itself, just sitting in a Jeep and shifting gears for 28 hours, basically. In the time of the year that's going to be in July, it's going to be hot as hell.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a lot more physically demanding on a motorcycle than it is going to be in the Jeep. So
that's that. If we make it through, that'll be probably the most taxing thing I've ever done on a bike.
It's going to be interesting. We'll see. We'll see if the people can hold it together, the bikes and your body itself. I mean,
I'm equally worried about both.
I get tired doing a 3-hour hair scramble race, or just riding dual sports all day with you guys.
I know I'm going to struggle with pacing myself. You always want to hit it hard right off the bat, and you tend to wear yourself out a little bit too quick.
Yeah, that does happen. So, I'm also interested to see what kind of bikes apply to that.
Yeah.
For those of you who do not know, I'm kind of helping with the registration and the vetting process with that. So I'm curious to see who applies and what kind of bikes apply.
It's a good thing there's no conflict of interest, for when I sign up.
Yeah. You're going to be an immediate no. Sorry.
It's probably for the best.
Just kidding.
You guys would eat a lot less dust.
That's very true. Speaking of dust, won't be long before the Memorial Day ride.
The dust out.
That was, oh man, that was bad. It felt like Great Depression, 1930s Kansas style.
I'll tell you what, we went and did that Brandywine ride, and second day it was some serious dust going on. It was getting pretty bad.
Yeah, I pulled the air filter cover off that bike after that, man. It was, that was bad shape.
I had a little dust sneak past the rim of the air filter. It was not a good feeling.
Yeah, that's nice when it gets down in the valves and the rings.
It's probably fine.
Yeah,
25 hours ago.
Yeah, the stuff was made by Chemco anyway. So.
It's probably fine.
Oh, man. So, yeah, we got obviously our Memorial Day ride that we do every year. It's always a good time. And then let's touch on 304 Detour while we're here, man. It's going to be our 5th year doing it.
Yep.
And
it gets bigger every year.
Yeah, like Nick said.
Bigger and better.
It does hopefully get bigger and better. I'm glad that we're kind of keeping it at the same place this year.
Yeah.
And it was kind of hard to find a home there for a while.
Exactly. It's good that we finally have stuff on lock because we really bounced around through some different venues, and each one had its own pros and cons and its own unpredictability. And to finally have a lockdown location, that saves a lot of headache for the planning.
It's been an interesting journey in that, man, because we started out and decided we was going to do it I think it was like December of 2019. There was like a random warm day that we went riding. We decided we were going to do it. And then, obviously the pandemic of 2020 happens.
Yep.
So we had it planned for May, I think. And basically the governor said that you weren't allowed to have gatherings of more than like 100 people. And that kind of put the kibosh on the ride the first year. But then it was like later that summer, they opened up, said if it was an outdoor event, you could have more than that. So we decided to do it again. We were the only game in town, so everybody and their brother came to do this ride.
And we did not have the infrastructure in place. No. That was a huge, steep learning curve.
Yeah, it was interesting.
We have a lot of people that are volunteering to step up to help things out, which is huge. Help to share the load. I was a huge fan last year of me, Chad, and AJ taking off and kind of pre-running the route and then giving some updates of, the A-class guys have made it out to here. Right. All the arrows and stuff are still up. And
that was obviously success the first year, a little overwhelmed.
Yep.
Second year, we go all out. Like, we got to have a 2-day event. All these people are going to come. Yep. No one came. It was not a good thing.
Well, we kind of – all the dates of the other events were not doing us any favors.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Third year, it was down and dirty. It was scaled way down. Yep. And really, it went really well, except for the side-by-side guys around us tearing all the arrows down.
Yes.
So, like you were saying, you guys
and the guy with the van.
Yeah, the guy with the van. Yeah, Van Jarvis.
Van Jarvis.
I think that's what we call him. Yeah. Yep. But, you guys taking off early and going through and I was getting text updates as I was going to the riders meeting saying, hey, this part's clear, this part's clear, this part's clear. That was awesome. Made me feel warm and fuzzy.
Well, that's good. That was the goal because I know how much how much you guys shoulder to put this on from I don't want to say administrative, but kind of the behind the scenes. And there's a lot of stuff that goes into it that most people don't even realize.
It never stops. Hey, yeah, thank you, sir. So I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see this on camera, but this is the new 304 Detour sticker this year.
We're not happy until you're not happy.
That's our motto, isn't it?
Yep.
And like I say, FDSR, free dual sport ride.
Free dual sport ride.
Let's we'll talk about the dates and stuff a little bit. So registration for the 304 Detour will be done through Web Scorer again, like it was last year.
You can go grab a flyer from over
Yeah,
I'll be right back.
All right, that works. And we are doing 125 rider limit. So make sure you guys get the registrations in time. It's going to open up on March 1st. There'll be a link coming out here soon, and Trevor's got a copy of the flyer here for the ride. So we'll share that out there. So you can see there a little ways. And then the copy of this will be posted up on the group site as well. See that nice big fancy sponsor there in the bottom in the yellow there, buddy?
I don't make enough money to even read that.
There's those guys came on board kind of thanks to Pat and Evelyn Sullivan. They kind of spearheaded that and helped me out with that a little bit. So it was cool to get those guys on board. Woods' Boathouse.
I see on here it says no hookups. So if you're planning on bringing your sweetheart out for a good time, you probably should think twice.
Yeah, we got we'll have Chad Johnson, old man Chad, up there with his crystal meth crystal truck and his camper. I'm sure he'll have a spray bottle to break up all the kissing teens up there.
I guarantee it.
Fits. Yeah, we got. I'm going to butcher this. Is it Climb or Clem? How's it?
I've heard it pronounced both ways.
I'm
not entirely sure.
You say Clem. Woods' Boathouse, Ridge Runner, Wolfhaven Tree Farm, Mr. Mark Wolf himself, Cycle Mart, and Rocky Mountain ATV. We got the Rocky Mountain Race Gas with us again.
So I use mine. I think we got $10 last year. I used mine to go to a set of new wheel bearings for my KTM after I blew them out in Brandywine. So
you couldn't have broken down.
It was perfect. It was like a Bob Ross painting.
I was literally looking around for a brush to be out there. Those happy little trees around. So.
I'd completely spit the balls and the retainers and all that stuff out. You know, I look off the one side, it's a nice big pond patch, and off the other, it's a big field with deer grazing out through it. So it was a good spot to wait.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better spot, and really weren't that far away from the camp either.
No,
so.
I'll tell you, the terrain that we covered and how difficult it would have been to get a bike out of some of that we were extremely fortunate.
Yeah, at least you were like rolling downhill for the most part.
I was definitely all downhill from there.
Yeah.
Something else about the ride that the more we do it, the more I grow to appreciate is being able to cater two different loops.
Yeah.
Hard loop that, we continuously make more difficult, and then an easy loop, which that might be a little bit of a misnomer. Just because we say easy loop doesn't mean it's like gravel road type ride. There's still some challenge there to, keep things interesting.
I think that is something that's hard to do in the sport in general, is cater to everyone, because everybody's got such different bikes. They got such different skill levels. And but we try to do our best with that. And, so I know we got the guys that came from Florida, Joe Ficarelli and those dudes from 26 Motorsports. And I was trying to explain to them a little bit about what was going on and how it worked and everything. And really liked watching his video that he put up after the ride. He was cussing me over there at Mark's Molehill.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
There were a lot of people cussing a lot of guys that routed that on a lot of different sections. So that's either do that or people say it was too easy.
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
It's either too easy, too hard, or just right. As long as 75% of people enjoy what we did, that's all I care.
Yep, I agree.
Well, we've got a couple more people supposedly on the way to sit down and talk with us about that. So if you guys don't mind how informal this has been a little bit. Let's see what happens. Hey, Jed.
You want me to go tap on the shoulder?
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it. See if we'll talk to him for a little bit. A couple more comments here. All right, we got Jack coming to sit down with us here for the play. Hi, buddy.
Hey, bud.
Thanks for coming over.
Should have put a headset on.
Nah, that's all right. We don't have that in the budget, unfortunately. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, we're just out here hanging out, West Virginia Adventure Travel Day, and really enjoying it, talking to a bunch of folks, and making some good connections and showcasing the best of our state to our legislators.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, man.
Absolutely.
It's cool for us to get to touch base with Mike DeVault, who's our representative in Marion County, and I'm sure that's the same case for a lot of different people around here.
Yeah, Yeah, I actually got to talk to one of my delegates, and he was telling me about an event he's dreaming up, and he's like, we just want all the people here, and we want to showcase our state, and it's so cool to get to talk to passionate folks that want to do good by our state.
Yeah. Like we were saying too, it's cool to get all the different disciplines of off-road together too as well. I think there for a long time we were all kind of doing our own thing and not really maybe fighting against each other, but not working together. So this is cool to bring everybody together and work together.
Well, something that we were talking about was, because there's a lot of events out there, and not that that's a bad thing, but, like we talked about last week, was trying to not overdo it and muddy the water, but all of us working together to make one massive, just big showcase,
Right. Yeah. So the 24-hour summer run registration is open. How's that looking so far?
So let me look. So as of last night, this is my phone. Yeah. So let's look at the spreadsheet. We'll pull it out.
Always got spreadsheets.
Yeah,
I like
man.
it.
Yeah, we're official here. So as of right now, we have 163 entries, and that is a lot of full-size vehicles. We got a few motorcycles and side-by-side spread in there as well. So if you want to get in on that, you better hurry up because it's going to be full probably by the end of this weekend.
Yeah, I would say so. What we're doing, 100 full-size vehicles, 50 side-by-sides, 50 motorcycles, right?
That's correct. Yep, 100 full-size, 50 bikes, 50 side-by-sides. Of course, the side-by-sides have to be SPV plated.
Right.
And, of course, the bikes are street and trail adventure bikes plated as well.
Yep. I know we talked last week, or actually it was Tuesday. Sorry, my days are all running together now. But we're really looking forward to that, man. I'm excited to kind of help with that. I
Absolutely.
know the guys are too. Hopefully we get a lot of competition and diversity there.
Yeah, a lot of friendly competition, right?
Yeah,
all for charity, all for a good time, and
why don't you tell the people again what the charities are for the summer coming up?
So working with the NOAA Foundation. The NOAA Foundation is a nonprofit that focuses on helping families that have lost a child from ages 0 to 18. We're also working with Harmony's Breath, which does the same thing as the NOAA Foundation. They both work in southern West Virginia to help families basically really deal with loss and, just give them the resources and the help necessary to process that grief, and also giving them resources too to pay for headstones. That's one of the things so the NOAA Foundation does a headstone fund to help families out that may not be as well off as some folks. So they do a lot of really good work.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, we're definitely looking forward to it, man.
Absolutely.
And not only that, the Willing for Hope that we're kind of partnering up with you guys on too. Looking forward to that. Just all kinds of stuff going on.
Willing for Hope is going to be huge this year. Yeah. We're so pumped.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it as well. Great area, all kinds of fun stuff to do right there at Ace too as well. I think we're going to try to take a couple extra days off, take the family down there before and do some cool stuff.
Well, you've got the water park, you've got zip lining. There's also rentals there. So if you don't have a vehicle or an ATV, you can do rentals with New River ATV. There's fantastic even adventure routes around there. You've got McKendree Road and the New River Gorge. You've got some other known routes as well that surround Ace. So there's going to be something for you to do there on property as well as off property.
Sweet. Looking forward to it, brother. We'll let you go, man. Cheers. Thanks for stopping by again. Good talking to you, man.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go try to get our next guest. If you want to entertain the people for a second. Somebody submitted something about you should sing.
Entertain the people. I don't see that happening.
I'll be right back.
Oh, that was quick.
All righty, I don't know how. I've never done podcast. So we'll see about that.
Well, we've been learning as we go too.
You know what? I literally just did a WTAP interview.
You're just getting interviewed all left and right then, huh? All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jerry Bain. What's your official title now?
I'm the chairman of the Country Roads Coalition.
Yes. So, talk on Adventure Travel Day. How it's blossomed to what it is now, and just the successes that you've had with it so far.
Yeah, so Adventure Travel Day, it's something that Senator Maynard and us started working on a few years ago. And the thought was that if we could bring adventure travel companies, tourism companies, and bring them here into the Capitol, into the rotunda between the two chambers, that as the legislators left session, and that's why we do it this time of year, and as the legislators left session, they would be able to talk. And more importantly, these small companies and large companies would have the opportunity to meet their senators, and they could get to know each other, which is huge, right?
Yep.
So adventure travel is our mandate. That's what we're trying to do.
Yep.
We're doing our best to get as many people to come as can. We're responsible operating.
Yeah.
But in the end, that's what this was about. And it's not just about people being able to meet their senators. The most important part of this to me is that they get to network amongst themselves.
Yeah,
right?
that's a big thing.
So there is not, and I tell Mark all the time, I'm like, it's important that they meet people, and it's important to them. But what they don't realize is they're making contacts. Like I just spoke with the Gilbert CBB guys, and I've never met any of those guys before.
Yeah.
Super nice people. They're like, hey, come to Gilbert. We're going to take care of you. We got fields, because I do my events every year, and I'm always pushing into a new area. And they're just, and these people here are hungry for people to come to West Virginia, right? And that's why they're here.
Yep.
And, every year, some years we have better years than others. A lot has to do with the weather. But I'm really happy to see as many people that just showing up this year. I mean, we probably got twice as many people that are just here looking around, which is good for everyone.
Yeah, I think it's a great thing to get the eyes on the opportunities that present our discipline and our sport to everybody out there. Obviously tourism dollars and just a whole host of other things. Let's talk a little bit about your rig, because the boogie band was out front in front of the Capitol there. Why don't you give a quick rundown for everybody of the build?
Yeah, so I had a Comanche for years, right? 37s.
I had it too.
Yes, you did. That's right.
That thing's passed around between everybody.
Oh
in CRC,
Brian's got it now.
Yeah.
But so I had that rig, and then my youngest went off to college, and it was me and the wife.
Yeah.
And a big wing, and a really big wing.
Yeah.
So the Comanche became too small for adventurism.
Yeah.
So as a kid, I had a van. As a kid, and I always wanted to build it.
Yeah.
And in 1979 to 1981, Ford had a package called the Freewheeling Ford package.
Mm-hmm.
And so I told my wife, I said, look, if you're going to go with me, if you're going to travel with me, I said, I'll sell that Comanche and I'll build a four-wheel drive van.
Yep.
And she said, yep, let's do it.
If I remember right, when I came down to buy the Comanche, I think the money went to you, and then it went to Zach and his guys, right? Because they did a transmission or something.
Yeah, it was right across the street.
Yeah,
they were actually swapping in a transfer case.
Yeah.
So it was a two-wheel drive van. I picked it up out of Virginia. It was just a retired plumbing van, and I brought it home and built the inside out, converted it to four-wheel drive. And put the decal package on it myself. Me and my wife did it over the weekend.
Cool.
We strung it and did it all right there. So, so we built it. I'm actually building a new one. I went down to Kentucky, and I found a 70,000-mile Survivor sitting in a building. Nicest van I've ever saw. And so now I just bought some Super Duty axles. Brought them home. Going to go 05 Super Duty 37s.
Yep.
Going to put a little attitude. Right now I'm running 33s, which is fine. It gets me. But man, you know me, I want 37s at a minimum.
Well, 37s are the new 33s.
37s are the new 33s. There's no doubt about it.
100%.
Yeah.
Right? Remember when we were younger, man, if you had 33s, you were good. If you had 35s, you were the man. And right now, if you don't have 37s, well, you're at the mall.
Yeah, people want to go straight from stock size tires to 37s, 38s, just monster meat tires now.
Yeah. That's awesome. So what do you see the future of Adventure Travel Day being, and what's in store for Country Roads Coalition coming up?
Well, Adventure Travel Day, every year we hope to grow. So, like I said, some years we were getting Ace Travel this year. they wanted to come, but they had something else going on.
Mm-hmm.
But we really like every year, introducing a few more companies, into the Adventure Travel Day. So we do want it to grow for that networking, right?
Yeah.
If we can bring people here, if they can network, and we can get their information out to the state, out to the people, out to the country, then more people will come to West Virginia. Because in the end, off-roading is not the answer to West Virginia's problems, but it's part of the answer to West Virginia's
I agree with
problems.
that.
I agree.
So responsible off-roading, that's why Tread Lightly's over there. We work a lot hand in hand with those guys. And the reason we did Tread Lightly Day last year, which you helped us with, I appreciate
we did.
that.
That was Tiger Lake State Park we were at. Yeah.
Yeah, so the reason we did that statewide event, that's never been done. Tread Lightly has never done anything at that level, and we pulled that thing off. It was awesome, but that event was very important because we wanted to show the nation that if you come to West Virginia, we want you to be responsible.
Yep,
right?
absolutely.
So I always use the analogy of going to Harlan, Kentucky, or going to Hatfield-McCoy. If you go to Hatfield-McCoy, you're going to play by the rules.
Yep.
If you want to get crazy, go down to Harlan.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I look at when I think about what we want to show the world with Tread Lightly Day and the events that we do.
Yeah.
Look, if you come here, enjoy yourself, but leave it the way you found it.
Right.
Right.
I'm
Responsible.
of the same school of thought. I want you to come to the state. I want you to experience what all we have to offer, but I want you to respect it like I would having grown up here.
Yep.
Yeah, 10 for it, and 100%. Here's what a lot of people don't realize, but 65% of America's population is within 8 hours of one of West Virginia's borders. Right?
Yep.
So when a Jeep leaves the Beltway out of D.C. With the family inside, and they're on their way to Kentucky or somewhere else, we get a tank of that. We get a tank of fuel from them. That's what we get. However, if that same family came here for a week to adventure, now a tank of fuel buys an entire family here. And then if they come once, they'll come back.
Yep.
So again, I always tell people, what we want is we don't want to be that drive-through state as people are going somewhere else.
Yep.
We have to pick up that so we can keep West Virginia vibrant and keep our mom. I'm a big fan of mom and pops. I'm a big fan of those. That's a big thing about Adventure Travel Day is we definitely do our best to get those small companies in here, give them that help they need, that networking with the other companies in the area, and it just helps everyone.
Yep, absolutely. We see that too in the dual sport world. Our event continues to attract people from out of state, and we keep seeing those same people coming back. So,
we see a lot of fresh new faces every year too. It's a really good mix.
Yeah, and West Virginia is such a hidden gem and a hidden mecca, I think, as far as off-road's concerned.
Yeah, I tell people in the lower 48, West Virginia is the last frontier.
Yep.
It is the last unexplored location in the entire lower 48. Colorado, a decade ago, they were that was where you went.
Yep.
But everybody's been there 3 times.
Yeah.
Right? I've been there twice, and you got Moab and all that, and people do it. But now those people out west, they're wanting to come east. They're wanting to see, which is why we did that milestone event, a couple of years ago, when they brought a bunch of their people out to experience Appalachia.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of traction on that.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Well, we'll let you skedaddle and do your networking thing. You come around. We appreciate you stopping by, Jerry. Thanks, man.
Thanks for putting this together.
You see Mr. Maynard around anywhere? He's in session. Okay. All right. Cool. Awesome. Thank you, sir. All right. We've got a couple more comments here. So I'm not sure you said it's a Trevor. You should sing.
Not happening.
Like I said, I don't know if this is coming through or not. So you guys let us know if you hear this. But play that. Oh, that side of it's there. The record. Oh, there was a record scratch. I heard it.
Where's the crickets button?
Yeah, that's what we're getting right now. There's crickets. You guys hear that? Probably not. Yeah, we got we shared the stickers on there. All right, so Trevor, you should sing. I should have gotten that red shirt rather than the gray one. It looks great. Only the best. We'll probably have some more of those available at the ride. Sure.
It's a classic.
Oh yeah, it is. You're even more famous than Robert Keller. That's saying something. You know, Grandpa Cheapo is one of a kind. Fairmont Dual Sport Riders Club. Do we roll? We might rock.
I
don't know if
do.
we roll.
Against my will most of the time. It
Down
seems.
over a hill.
Down over a hill, into a
Crooked shoulder.
tree, into a creek.
It's a great interview. All right. Anything else you want to touch on?
Not off the top of my head.
We got about 5 minutes left. Hey, Eric. See if Eric Larch wants to come on and talk to us about side-by-side stuff a little bit. Hey, Eric. You want to come on for a minute? Got Eric Larch coming on with us. How you doing, brother?
Good, man. Good.
What's new and exciting going on in the side-by-side game here in the state of West Virginia?
Side-by-sides are wild.
Blowing up.
Wild group, wild bunch. Things are busy.
Yeah.
Stuff's going on cool in the state. We've got some really exciting projects this year with Tread Lightly.
Yeah.
Some stuff going on with Can-Am. We're going to announce some really cool
Nice.
off-road riding ventures and stuff this year.
Cool.
I'm going to try to put together a few cool events.
Yeah.
Some good rides put off, but it's exciting stuff.
What's your opinion on the new Can-Am with the
Buddy,
the
it
spindly
might
arms?
look silly, but they're killer.
It seemed like it did pretty good at King of the
It did
Hammer.
well
didn't
at
it?
That
King of the Hammers,
suspension
man.
geometry
You
is
watch,
crazy on
you
those
watch Kyle
things.
Chaney drop off the back door, and just watching him so comfortable in the cab, arms not even moving, man. It really proves that like what they were going for as far as like bump steer and steering geometry, regardless how it looks, how well it handles.
Yeah.
And you know that new 7-speed transmission they put in it, you can shift high to low on a roll. You can just see how well it excelled on some stuff.
I know when they first unveiled that suspension, that's all anybody talked about on social media was how it looked,
And I tell you, everybody was like, "Oh, stuff's gonna get stuck in it.
Yeah.
It's gonna break."
Yeah.
It was a true testament to how tough Can-Am really built it. We're really close to the guys at CT Raceworks that built that chassis for Kyle. They're one of our biggest vendors. They actually had 3 weeks with that car before they sent it to King of Hammers. And they took a stock chassis rig. They did a few gusset points. They put lower A-arms on it. They put radius rods on it. And then they sent it. It is stock from the shock towers. It's stock from hubs. That rig went through the toughest race, arguably in the U.S. as stock. Can-Am and wiped, clean house. It's crazy.
I know a lot of East Coast guys were viewing that through the lens of like East Coast trails, saying like, "Oh, it'll hang up on trees, it'll do this." Like, it's not what it's built for. It's built for wide open desert rocks.
And you saw that was false.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
you proved that wrong.
It's usually the old guy on his Kawasaki mule complaining about it too. Right?
Oh yeah,
that thing will never work around here.
Right,
Yep.
right. Definitely.
What's new and what's going on with Mount Maid off road?
Mount Maid, man, we're chugging right along like we have been the past few years. Not a whole lot of new things going on. We got some exciting partnerships, like I said, to do some adventure travel stuff. And Mount Maid's trying to hook up. But as far as the shop itself, it's business as usual.
Yep. Well, man, we appreciate you stopping by here real quick to talk to us.
Appreciate you guys.
And thanks for continuing the side-by-side fight in the state, man. Appreciate it.
Always responsible side-by-side.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. All right. Well, that takes us to about 59 minutes. We are getting ready to shut her down for the day, and we're going to head over to the FDSR booth and promote what we're actually here for.
Yeah.
This was just a bonus. I want to thank Senator Mark Maynard for doing this, Jerry Bain for helping him orchestrate everything, and special shout out to Marcus Yonker for getting us a table and letting us BS with some guys here today.
Yeah, it was great. Hopefully we're going to come back, do this again. We'll be further along, a little more prepared.
Yeah.
We'll
Got to start somewhere. Right?
have a great time.
Yeah. All right, guys. We appreciate everybody tuning in and commenting with us there. Hopefully it's something you enjoyed. We're going to schmooze and rub elbows with everybody else that's around here. And
No other appendages, though.
Yeah, no, not for free anyway. All right, guys. We appreciate you. And as always, we'll catch you next Tuesday.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
See ya.